Good evening. Thank you, one and all, for coming in here, man. You got anything in that toka too? Bruce Gas, boxing, jazz, and more. And today, it's hard to believe. 30 years ago. Man, does time fly. Do a few hits of this. Norris, my brother, do a few hits of this on the Toka 2 here. We'll go through this fight, man. This was man, I can't believe 30 years. I remember it so well. It was a Saturday night, man. Made this awesome seafood casserole. It was the night before Thanksgiving, the night before Halloween. It might have even been on Halloween night. But I remember my wife and I we invited this friend of mine down here, man. This dude, he passed away. We called him the Berserker. And he lived in a house. He had no heat, no electricity. And it was tough, man. It was real tough. I wanted to let him use my kerosene heater, but I was afraid he'd burn his house down because he was he was prescribed Thorazine. That's the kind of cat that he was. And if you don't know what Thorazine is, man, it's something you don't want to take on a recreational basis. But he loved his reefer too, and he had a great heart, man. He'd take you around the world in his broken down car if you gave him enough gas to do it. That's the kind of a guy that he was. But man, I remember I had him over that night, and I said, John, he says, man, you gotta take a shower before we sit down. We're gonna see the fight. We're gonna have dinner. And he didn't have any running. I don't know if he had running water at his house or not, but no plumbing. I mean, it's like living in a fucking log cabin in the middle of a fucking suburb, But anyway, man, he came in, took a nice needed shower, had that beautiful seafood casserole dinner, and I'm asking him, how is this, man? I mean, this thing was, I believe it or not, man, Bruce Gas is a gourmet chef, and I made a seafood casserole with sherry wine, and it had butter in it. Hey, Fistiana, salute my sister. And I had this spiced up, fresh garlic, herbs. This was a meal that you'd pay $50 in a nice restaurant for this dinner. I had lobster meat in here. I had shrimp and I had scallops, and I might have even had some crab meat, Ritz cracker stuffing on top. It was delicious. And I wanted to give my poor buddy a real decent meal because he'd get his check, he'd go buy he'd buy an ounce of weed, and then he'd go buy a fucking a pound of roast beef, a loaf of bread, and a big chocolate cake, and he was diabetic on top of it. But anyway, man, I'm saying, how's that meal, John? He's like, it's all right. I mean, and this dude, man, God bless him. But anyway, man, let's get back to this fight, man. Lennox Lewis and Razor Ruddock. And Razor Ruddock, he was one of the top heavyweights in the country at the time, in the world. I'm sorry, the country of boxing. He just had the Mike Tyson rematch. Excuse me a second, man. Let me do another hit and shout out the beautiful people that came in to listen to me tonight, man. I appreciate it so much. And that's only the third hit on the bong I've done today, because I've been making edibles. Very, very interesting thing, man. Very, very good thing. I'm trying to lay off the smoke, but I still enjoy my reefer. I'm a medically approved patient to smoke marijuana to relieve my arthritis and my anxiety and enhance my life. But anyway, man, this fight, it was a great, great Saturday night, and man, my mind just wanders when I get a good buzz on. I'm sitting here with my good friends. Robert McGarvey, thank you for coming in here, bro. McSmith, I appreciate it. Norris of Loxley, man, all the way from across the bay, man, hitting that heavy bag, man. Shout out my brother Norris. Fistiana, the lovely Fistiana, man, thank you so much for coming by. Renee Box Young, my brother, who told me to do this, man, who told me to get yourself a YouTube channel, son, man. Get on there, Bruce. You got a lot to offer, and man, you got me mainlining this YouTube boxing to the point where I'm traveling out to meet legends out here in Pennsylvania this weekend, which come on and see me tomorrow night, man. Me and Mad Chad, we drove 800 miles round trip. He drove another 200 getting back to Maine. And man, we met the legends out there, man. I talked to two of them today just to keep in contact, let them know that it wasn't just a passing meet and greet, man. I called Sugar Ray Seals today, and I called Marlon Starling, man. I mean, it was just such a great, great, great time. And I made some real friends. But anyway, man, stop by tomorrow. I'm gonna save all that, tell you the whole story. It was probably 48 hours of the greatest 48 hours of my life. I mean, a boxing fan like myself, seeing these cats that I used to worship on the tube come out and talk to me and laugh with me, and man, give me their phone numbers. Way above average, way more than a poor boy like me deserves at this stage. But anyway, man, Lennox Lewis versus Donovan Razor Ruddock, 30 years ago, October 31st, 1992. This fight was a WBC eliminator. The winner scheduled to challenge the winner of Evander Holyfield and Riddick Bowe. Riddick Bowe's my friend. When I met Riddick Bowe, oh man. Tomorrow I'm going to tell you about Riddick Bowe. Riddick Bowe's an awesome guy. So anyway, man, Lennox Lewis was undefeated. He was 21-0 from London, England, gold medalist from the Olympics. He was known as the British and European Commonwealth Heavyweight Champion, ranked number 2 by the WBC. 6'5", 227 pounds. Perfect size for a heavyweight, perfect heavyweight. Yeah, I mean, Joe Louis was something else for sure, man. I had my Joe Louis shirt on. I was going to wear it Saturday night, but a whole nother story, man. A whole nother story. I love boxing. I love wearing boxing T-shirts, man. It's probably all I wear. I don't have one on now, but I wear them all the time. I love them. I got a long sleeve on today. I was a little chilly, a little nipply in the air. But Donovan Razor Ruddock out of Toronto, Canada. 26-3-1. 6'3", 231 pounds, orthodox stance, number 1 ranked by the WBC. And what happened was, man, like I said, Razor Ruddock and Mike Tyson had their fight to determine who was going to fight Evander Holyfield. Mike Tyson ended up doing a little jail stint. And Razor Ruddock is still around, still wanting to fight, still showing really great promise in heavyweight division. Man, he had that left hook. It was a combination uppercut, hook. He called it the smash. It put Michael Dokes to sleep. It was a devastating punch. The first fight with Mike Tyson, some claimed it was prematurely stopped, but there was a lot of personal stuff after that fight for the rematch. Tyson was using all kind of sexual innuendos to attack Razor Ruddock. His big lips, he was going to kiss him, and it was kind of gross watching it. But Tyson beat him in a unanimous decision, and then we had Lennox Lewis, man. Lennox Lewis, the Olympic gold medalist, coming up the ladder, beating everybody, impressive styles. He comes to his first real major test in Donovan Razor Ruddock. And there was a lot of anticipation to the fight. Yeah, for sure, man, for sure, bro. Mugabe, I thought that was so devastating. And I was rocking with Dokes. I was hoping Dokes would do something. That was kind of like his second comeback after getting destroyed by Lennox Lewis by Holyfield. But man, and then we saw Razor Ruddock get beat by Tommy Morrison. And getting back to this fight 30 years ago, I can't even remember if I was doing any. I was probably doing opiates at the time because I was on. I don't think I was prescribed them, but I was probably getting them. But it was an awesome fight. The heavyweights is on HBO. I think it was regular. I had the black box, so it wouldn't have mattered if it was pay-per-view or regular. Big Bunch, my brother. I'm feeling great, my man. I'm feeling great. I had some edibles today. I made some. I bought this new thing today, man. I didn't get it yet. I ordered it. It makes the oil. It's a what do they call it exactly, man? What do they call it exactly? Let's see if I can find it over here. But it's called a Levo 2. And it's an infuser, I guess, man. You make an infused oil out of it. You put your herbs in there. It does the decarbolizing. It extracts it. But I ordered one today, just a little while ago. I said to my wife, man, we've been making these edibles, and this is the way to make them right. So let's do it right, man. Cut the smoking down. The old Toka 2 is still going to be with me, but it's going to be less blasted. So let's throw this fight on. Yeah, we got it on the small screen up there. We're gonna put it on the big screen and check this one out, man. And like I said, Lennox Lewis came into greatness after this fight. 27 years old. Started a little bit late, but man, he was the perfect fighting machine. Avenged his 2 defeats. Got out of boxing smartly. Let's get this on the wide screen and enjoy it. I can't put the sound on. I might get in trouble for that. This is a safer, easier way here, man. You can still listen to my family. They're called the CRF band, the CRF trio. They give me the music in the background here, and here we go, man. We're looking at the how they usually end the round. Average first round jabs. Lennox Lewis, the classic boxer, stand up boxer, had one of the best jabs in the heavyweight division. Rolling with the punches, my brother. Salute, man. Salute. A 3-judge scoring system, 10-point must system, no standing 8 count, 3 knockdown rules in effect. Saved by the bell in the last round only. Can't argue with rules like that. So we're getting down to the business of the fight here, man. We're gonna see the greatness of Lennox Lewis. Mike Goodell. I guess he's not a legendary ring announcer. He doesn't really stand out in my mind. Not like the Jimmy Lennons, the Michael Buffers, the Chuck Lavells. What's his name? Chuck. I can't even think of his last name there, but it's like Manny Stewart in Lennox Lewis's corner. Is it Manny Stewart? No, not yet. I don't think Stewart was in Lennox Lewis's corner yet. No, he's got his old trainers in there. Manny Stewart doesn't come into the picture till after the Rockman knockout. Wait a minute, after the Oliver McCall. Where did this fight take place? They're in England right now, yeah. So this is Commonwealth Championship. They're in England. This was at night, so they must have staged this fight pretty late at night or early in the morning, so we could get it on prime time. This wasn't the cards we see now. Rolling, my brother, man. The '90s fights were great, man, but so are the fights today. But doesn't hurt to honor one of the fights of the past tonight, man. Real fast to do. I didn't plan on this at all. It was one of those spur of the moment. I said, shit, man. It's not like it just happened on this day, but it was on this day 30 years ago, and that's a milestone, man. A lot of people don't even see 30 years. It can be a lifetime to some, half a lifetime, third of a lifetime, whatever it may be. But it's a long time. But this 30 years passed real fast for me. It's hard to believe. Demetrius, man, salute my brother. Always great to see you. Young Lennox Lewis at 27, man. We say young, but that should be. Back in the day, that was peak years. That was when you were in your prime. Lennox Lewis was very, very smartly matched throughout his career. He took the vacant WBC title. In fact, he might have even been awarded the title on the Ruddock bow when he won it from Lennox Lewis. Excuse me. When he won it from Evander Holyfield. That was the famous dropping the belt in the toilet, dropping it in the wastebasket ceremoniously to avoid the fight with Lennox Lewis. And so, I wasn't there long enough. There was so many greats when I was at that event this weekend. I talked to Ruddock both for about 5 minutes, 10 minutes. If he was just me and him there, I could have talked to him for the whole couple of hours I was there. But there was so many fighters there, and I was talking to Iran Bonkley, and that's when I talked to Ruddock Bowe. But anyway, Ruddock Bowe, he beat Lennox Lewis, and he threw the WBC belt in the trash, other than face number 1 ranked Lennox Lewis, who we're going to see right now become that number 1 ranked fighter. Salute Mike Biggs Boxing, my brother. Shout out, man. Peace. Thank you so much for coming in, man. Just in time for the start of this fight. I'm glad anybody that sticked around. I appreciate it. Anybody that didn't, appreciate you coming through, man. Please hit that like button. Supports the channel. Gets the message out, man. We're here for boxing. No bullshit, man. Chuck Hassett, Franz Martini, and Tommy Kazmarek. I know Chuck Hassett and I know Tommy Kazmarek. Joe Cortez, a classic referee from the 90s, Hall of Fame referee. Looks like a packed arena. I'm sure it is, man. When the number one and the number two heavyweight contenders get together to settle it all, that usually means a packed house. Mirrored Muhammad in there. And there is Donovan Razor Ruddock. They thought he was going to take over the throne until Mike Tyson got out of jail. But there were a lot of badass heavyweights back then, man. And the thing is, man, they all fought each other. But I wanted to ask. I wanted to ask Big Daddy Bo about Lennox Lewis. I'm sure that would have went into the conversation. But I only got a few. I really only talked about a few things because the couple of things I asked him, he would go on, and man, he talked slow and fast and all over the place. And I was so high being there. I was talking all over the place too. So I didn't ask him about this fight. I didn't get his number. I could have if I stayed there, I'm sure. But like I said, there was so many fighters there, and I was going back and forth, and he had to get ready too. He had to go change his clothes, put his suit on. That was the whole thing. It was just hanging out in the hotel with the boys. No media there, no YouTubers there, just me. And here we go. We're getting ready for the start of this fight, man. The start of the legendary Fight for the Right. Here we go. And I was anticipating a good long haul, sitting in a chair here, waiting for, expecting a nice fight, man, expecting some back and forth action. And watch how just Lennox Lewis just shows his mastery with that jab. He's got the good footwork. He's got the classic boxing style, the classic European style. He's tying up Razor Ruddock. Razor wants to rough it up. He's making sure that Razor doesn't get a chance to get inside, throw any stuff. But Razor Ruddock, you watch that left hand. That's basically he was a one punch fighter, and he's just trying to land that left hook, hybrid left hook, left uppercut kind of smash. They're both circling each other, looking for openings. Lennox Lewis taking his time. He's trying to drop a right hand in there. Constantly pouring with that jab. He hasn't snapped it out too much. It doesn't look like he's here to box. It looks like he just wants to drop that right hand and bomb. He's looking for an opening. As we know, man, it doesn't take too much longer in this fight. Yeah, he's looking to do some serious damage early over here. He's not boxing. He's ready to slug. He could have bit him. He could have pulled a Mike Tyson there, taking a chunk off the air. We didn't see it. But there were gentlemen about this fight. I remember there wasn't a lot of animosity. They kept it very civil, very British, so to speak. But both of them were. Neither one were actually British. Razor Ruddock from Jamaica, man. Lennox Lewis, Jamaica, Canada, England. We didn't know where he was from. But now Lennox Lewis is doing more classic boxing. Shooting out that jab, circling to his left, throwing that left hook, man. The first round, very nondescript. See, Lewis is trying to land that left hook, man. That's his pay punch right there, and he's doing his best to land it. Oh, is that a knockdown? I guess it was a knockdown. We're gonna have to watch that again. We're gonna have to watch that punch again. Where is my mouse here? That goes back to the ropes. Okay, we're gonna see that fight again. That was it looks like a very quick punch there. I don't know where it was coming from. I was watching it not as intently as I should have. So let's see it again. Let's see the slow motion replay on it. Or do I have to rewind it? Doctor's looking at Razor Ruddock. He says he's all right. His corner's working on him. Was it a flash knockdown? Here we go. Let's look at this again. Bang! Right hand. Perfect right hand on the jaw. Short, chopping, overhand right. Dropped Lennox Lewis. Dropped Razor Ruddock. I'm sorry. Bang! Look at that, man. Wow. Took him right down. We'll watch it again in slow motion. 1-2, overhand right on the jaw, kiss the mat. That's what happens, man. You go to brush something off your shoulder and it's the canvas. And here we go, man. Lennox Lewis, he knows he's hurt. He knows he can hurt him and drop him. Another right hand, moving him for the kill. That's it. He's doing some serious damage. Razor Ruddock is down. I know that's skipping, and that's not my computer. That's on the main feed here. The feed I'm getting is having a few skips in it, so you're getting it just as I'm seeing it on the screen I'm sharing. But here we go. Lennox Lewis going in for the kill, rights and lefts. Down goes Ruddock again, face first. Referee's not even counting. That's it. Taking the mouthpiece out. That's it, man. Razor Ruddock. We saw him a few times after that. We saw the Tommy Morrison fight. But man, Lennox Lewis definitely came of age in this fight. Let me see something here. Okay, man. This was his 22nd fight. Watch this knockout again, this final knockdown. He's wobbling. He's all over the place. Lennox is following up. He puts him down. That was the second knockdown. And here we go. Here's the final knockdown of the fight coming up. Bang, left hook. Puts him on Queer Street. Follows through. Another right hand. That right hand did it. He gives him a couple more just to get the point across. I guess this is the final knockdown. Body shot, bang, classic 1-2. All those right hands are landing. He didn't even need to throw another punch. He was just trying to hold on, looking for a soft spot, face first landing. And that was it, man. That was it. On the undercard of this fight, one of the Melder Taylor on the slide. He fought Cristino Espana, future welterweight champ. They're going to show the Taylor Espana. Yeah, we could watch that, man. That was wasn't a long fight. You could watch a fall on Melder Taylor, but yeah, we'll keep it on here. Why not, man? Why not? See, after this fight, Lennox Lewis moved on. He fought Tony Tucker, fought Frank Bruno, got beat by Oliver McCall, lost the WBC championship. He had a few matches after that. Lionel Butler, Tommy Morrison, Ray Mercer. Then he had the rematch with Oliver McCall. Knocked out Oliver McCall, won the vacant title. Beat Henry Akawandi, grabbed him to death, if you recall that fight. Beat Shannon Briggs. Had the draw with Evander Holyfield. Holyfield had the WBA and the IBF. Clearly beat Holyfield, but it was ruled a draw, if you remember that fight. Knocked out Michael Grant. Francois Botha beat David Tua. Had that real surprising loss to Hasim Rahman. Came back and beat him in the rematch. 86, my brother. Salute. Then he had that match with Mike Tyson, man. And I gotta give Mike Tyson credit. In fact, I'm not gonna show this fight right now. I'm gonna hold off on this one, man. I'm just gonna do this in this is Lennox Lewis and Razor Ruddock's hour over here, man. And get some more water. I'm still hydrating from this weekend. I'll be with you in a second, my brother. My dog's over here. I'm not sure to take him out. Just a little bit more. I'm gonna close this off. But like I said, I'm rehydrating from the weekend because did many miles. Didn't want to drink a lot of water, man. Once the old man breaks the seal every hour, and when you gotta go, you gotta go. And you're in traffic on 95. There ain't no place to go but the next rest area. And anyway, I didn't hydrate myself for a day or so, and I'm double hydrating for the next day or so right now. Lennox Lewis wins his first major contest against Razor Ruddock, and his 43rd bout after his winning his comeback against Hasim Rahman to win he is now the WBC, the IBF, and the IBO, which Lennox he was proud of that IBO title. And the IBO, Vinny Paz had that one. The dude I was partying with this weekend. So, man, shout out to the IBO. They're as good as any of them, man. I believe Ed Levine is the president. I'm not sure, but I think Ed Levine. I'm not. But I know seeing a lot of IBO fights, they're as reputable as the next. And anyway, man, Lennox Lewis took on Mike Tyson that night in 2002, a hot June night down in Tennessee. I don't know why they had a fight at the Pyramid in Tennessee, which later on was a bass fishing operation with the pool inside. I guess the Pyramid didn't last too long, but Mike Tyson took a beating like a man. He went out like a true champion. Lennox Lewis showed he was the champion. A lot of bad blood going into that fight. That was I Will Eat Your Children. You remember that fight, man? Lennox Lewis played the good guy. Tyson even bit him before at one of the press conferences. It was crazy shit. But Lennox Lewis, man, he went on in his last fight, Vitaly Klitschko. I remember watching that fight. It was an afternoon fight, and Vitaly was beating Lennox Lewis. Lennox was showing his age. Vitaly had Lennox Lewis very, very. He had him confused. He was out jabbing him. He was coming back from Lewis's best punches. He got cut late in the fight, in the sixth round. I'm saying late in the fight, or halfway through the fight, and it was stopped with a TKO. He beat Lennox Lewis. He beat Vitaly Klitschko, and Lewis never fought again after that. He was offered big money comeback fights, and he never made the comeback. And people said he retired too early. The boxer knows, man. The boxers don't have to go out on a loss. Sometimes they know. They get that hit in the head, and Vitaly Klitschko, he told Lennox Lewis, it's the passing of the torch. Your fight just a year ago with Mike Tyson. That was the passing of the torch, and this is the passing of the torch. And Lennox took it like a man. He didn't fight again, but he won this. He won this fantastic fight, and let's go back and check out and see what let's see where Razor Ruddock went after this fight. After this fight, man, he took on a cat named Wade Anthony. I never heard of Wade Anthony. Then there was that fight with Tommy Morrison. And that I remember well, man. I had my restaurant at the time. It was June 1995. I'm reading that in here, but 1995, I remember that year well. And I remember taking the night off. Not the night off, but a couple of hours off. I got one of my cats that was working for me to do a little double duty that night. I walked to my dude's house down the street. Watch that fight, man. Reggie Owens, salute my brother. Peace, man. Thank you for coming by, man. Just watched a killer fight. This is the 30th anniversary. Lennox Lewis and Razor Ruddock, and like I said, Razor Ruddock, he got knocked out by Tommy Morrison, the 6th round. Got knocked out bad. That was for the IBC Heavyweight Championship. We didn't see too much of Razor Ruddock on national television after that. He fought Jose Ribalta. How was shown, as I'm reading in here on Wikipedia. He ended his career on the September 11th, 2015. So he fought on after this fight. He he had another dozen years on his career, and he went out on a loss. A 3rd round knockout to a fighter named Dylan Carmen, Canadian. I've never heard of him. He's got a record of 46-1. I'm sure if we looked him up, we'd see some notable opponents on his record, especially after knocking out Lennox Lewis. This is the way the fighting game goes, man. But shout out to this fight 30 years ago tonight. I appreciate you guys coming in here, man. Make sure you give me a thumbs up. Tomorrow night, man, come back. Me and Mad Chad are going to chop it up. I'm going to tell you exactly what we saw this weekend. Some great boxers, man. Just an amazing fucking weekend. Let's see if I can. Hey, Nelly Content, salute my brother. Let's see if I can put this up here. This was the name of the big event they had there. It's called the Fall Brawl. And the fighters that were there, Mike Tyson was supposed to be there. Mike Tyson didn't show. There was a thing going on. I'll explain that tomorrow night. I know exactly what happened. I got some good background information here, man. But Tyrell Biggs, Riddick Bowe, Sugar Ray Seals, Marlon Starling, Iceman Scully, just all great fighters, man. Irish Mickey Ward. Oh man, just too many to mention off the top of my stone head right now. But it was really an awesome weekend. I met so many fighters. I have numbers. I'm trying to stay in contact with these cats, man. Maybe we can bring them on here and talk to them. What's up, my brothers? Nelly Content, what's happening? Man, you know something, Con? I had that gold medal in my hand, bro. He had that around his neck. I had it in my hand. In fact, I talked to him this afternoon. He's my brother, bro. He was the nicest guy there. 70 years old, on his feet all the time, wishing everybody nothing but the best. Look, I'll tell you some stories about him tomorrow. Come around, man. Come around and listen to me and Mad Chad. 7 o'clock Eastern time. 8 o'clock Central Time. Here on YouTube, Bruce Gas, Boxing, Jazz, and more. Thank you all so much for coming in here, my brothers and my sisters. God bless you. I'm out of here. Peace.